I am live. Hey, if you're just logging in, you can probably fast forward for about 5 minutes into the video just turned on. Takes a while for everybody to get loaded into these live broadcasts. In the meantime, I am going to go and post our link onto the website. The website everything lives on is jollyrogerukulele.com. And by everything, I think I mean almost everything. Let's see, Thursday, Command V. Oh, I didn't write. Okay, let me get this link set up. Enter, settings, update. And I come here and I type link to join, exclamation point. I'm going to cut this one off because that was from yesterday. And update that. And then I'm going to go to a new page, post yesterday's info. Let's see. Hey, Lynn, welcome in. Am I sounding, does the sound good? Let's see. Gotta go fix this one page real quick. The archive. Edit. Return V. And we'll highlight that in brown. Hit update. All right. Taking a minute to update. Let's see. Happy Tuesday, Joyce. I'm a little fuzzy. Oh, that's how I live my life, Lynn. Let's see. There you go. Looks better. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Red. Okay. Yeah, the auto focus on this is, I don't know if it's terrible, but it's not great. I've read several things from people who know about Logitech, and apparently people are not enchanted with Logitech software. So what are you gonna do? That's what we got. I don't know how to write software for video cameras, so we'll deal with this software, and we'll hope that they're all at work making it better. All right, let me double check this link, and there I am. Good God, I am so interesting looking nowadays. Haircut's coming on Friday, guys. Could not possibly need it more ever in my life, probably. Well, no, in high school I didn't get haircuts, and so I was always a hippie back in those days. Let's see, who else is logging in here? Red's ready for the moon. Red's given the moon to a few people over the years, I'm positive. Let's see, Joyce, did I say hi to you? Hi, Joyce. Let's see, there you go, looks better. Let's see, Sandy making it in. I'm going to do this area. Which hand do you use, Sandy? Your left hand or your right hand? I think you use your right hand. This is Michigan. This is Sandy. Let's see. Pauline, how are you? Laurel, good to see you. I know, a 3-day weekend, right? It stressed me out. I didn't know what to do yesterday. Just sat and watched Harry Potter all day. Let's see. Joyce, let's see. Susan, I really like the arrangement of Blue Moon. Oh, thank you, Susan. That's wonderful. You put these things together and you try to make them as playable as possible. You cross your fingers that people are going to be able to mostly get along with them, and then you hit send. So that's delightful. Thanks, Susan. Hey, Barbara. Yeah, I had a good weekend. Hey, Terry. Hi, Jana. Tom is here today. About time, Tom. Where the heck you been? Good to see you, buddy. Vicky's in from Bozeman, Montana. Lindy's logging in, ready to rock her moon. Hey, Elizabeth. Over the weekend, a lot of the international people, I got quite a few international emails from people being like, oh, I logged in, I came over to log in and you weren't there, and doggone, I forgot it was Memorial Day in the United States. So those of you from around the world, thank you for giving the Americans a day off. I know that probably if you were in a country other than the United States, you'd like to give us every day off, right? Just there was some way to mute the United States. I think that's probably on your things you wish you could do. But um, yeah, we took yesterday off. We obviously, with what's going on, there was no barbecues or any of that. I guess a few people did, and now they're on the news. But you were supposed to do nothing, and so I went for a 5 mile walk, which is about 4 3/4 mile longer than I've walked in a really long time. And what else did I do? Sorry, guys, I forgot to move my microphone around. And so right now, your entire house is shaking and rumbling as I fix this thing. Apologize. There. At your house. All right, you're reaching up to turn down the speakers. Sounds fine here. Let's see. So we did this. So I went for a big old long walk. Well, 2 walks broken up. One, we went, if you don't know Denver, there's this one street that runs right through the middle of the entire city, and it's called Colfax. And basically, you judge your self-worth by how close you are to Colfax at any given moment. The farther away you are from Colfax, the better your life is. And so yesterday, we went for a walk, and we decided we'd walk down to kind of a newer section in downtown, which required crossing Colfax and then required crossing it back. And we decided we were not going to go there anymore. And then the other walk was the opposite direction, which was far more pleasant. So we did that yesterday. Harry Potter, they had a marathon Sunday and Monday for Harry Potter, so I watched all that again. Wrote a couple of arrangements. I got Moon Shadow out. For those of you guys that were checked in earlier in the week, I did post Moon Shadow. And you probably noticed this today, but you've got Blue Moon, Fly Me to the Moon, It's Only a Paper Moon, Moon River, and Moon Shadow available. I'm going to toss it together by the light of the silvery moon also here. Hopefully today I'll get that done. So it's a long song, but we're only going to do the chorus because the rest of the song is ridiculous. So we'll just do the chorus on that one. It's a cute little old-fashioned tune. We should like it. Let's see. Who else just logged in? Hey, Jerry, welcome in. Hi, Leslie. Leslie and I have been on email all weekend. Leslie and I have figured it out. Let's see. Hey, Judy from Conifer. Happy sunny day. The weather is perfect in Colorado. I don't know if you guys know that, wherever you are. We have 70 degrees, sunny, dead on perfect. Manette may have a little bit different. She's up on the hill, so she may be getting snowed on right now. But welcome in, Manette. Hey, Lanny, how's it up in Greeley today? Nick, Germany is in the house. Guys, get your best behavior on. We have Nick is in the house. Nick, delighted you're here. I know that it's pretty late there in Germany. What, about 9 o'clock? Let me take a peek at my clock and see what I have Berlin on here. So that's, I don't know if you're anywhere near Berlin, but I'm showing you as 9:04 in Germany. I hope that's true, Nick. Brandon is in. Aloha. Jerry, hello. Renee checking in. Jim Fisher back in the house. Very exciting. Lynn printed it this morning. Good, Lynn. Glad you got it. Linda number 3. Linda, I don't like Linda number 3. It's very funny, but I don't like it. Yeah, all of the Lindas are number 1. All Lindas are number 1. All right, guys, let's see. 105. Let's see if we can get some of this knocked out. Happy week, Cindy. Carolyn from Nathrop, Colorado. Good to see you. And Fran, it's 94 degrees in Highlands, California today. Yeah, it's going to be a hot summer in California, I'm afraid. It looks like that's going to be the new way that we do California. It's just super crazy hot there all the time. So Carol is in from Puerto Rico. It's probably, 85 degrees every single day in Puerto Rico, something like that. Puerto Rico needs a break. They've had earthquakes and hurricanes and bad government and bad United States. I think the local government's pretty good out there, but the overall government has not been very helpful to them. So, and Critter's in from Utah. Everything's wonderful in Utah. All right. We're going to go through some of this. We've got 4 songs. I'm cramming the 5-day session into 4 days, really 3, because Friday's a thing. So we got a lot of songs to cover this week in each session. What I'd like to do is I'm going to make a couple of assumptions at this point. I'm going to assume that you're been around, you kind of know what's going on. I'm not going to over explain stuff like I have a tendency to do. If you're newer or if you're just walking in here for the first time, one, welcome. And two, just know kind of this stuff is a little crazy compared to some other stuff you may have run into ukulele wise, and it'll feel a little weird and off this week. Just know it all does work together, and it's perfectly lovely way to play the ukulele. And I think in the long run, you're going to like playing this way. Um, it's basically modeled off of lute players from, I always joke about it. I'm teaching you how to play the lute from the 17th century. It's basically exactly how those guys worked. Turns out lute was hugely popular for about 300 years. And what those guys did to help us is pretty important. For some reason, teachers these days don't want anything to do with it. I don't get it. It's absolutely fabulous and smart and super interesting way to play this instrument. And so that's what I'm giving to you. If you're brand new, just know it's a little overwhelming. Starting next Monday, we're going to start the introduction to ukulele stuff all over again. So next Monday at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, it will start the whole thing over again. So if you know people, even little kids that want to learn how to play ukulele, have them start coming in at this time slot next Monday. And then we'll give them, the first half of the class is always for the new players. And then the second half is for you guys that have some higher level skills. And a lot of times, if you think you have higher level skills, it might not be a terrible idea to sit on those beginner classes, because probably you're going to end up teaching some of this stuff to people down the road. So for the rest of this week, let's assume that you kind of know what you're doing, and I won't over explain stuff. We got a lot of songs to get through, and it'll just be next week. We'll be doing, like I say, the dead-on beginner stuff, like the exact getting started off the ground type stuff, along with I don't remember what I decided to do for the theme next week. Also next week, Summer Institute starts. Some of my local Zoom classes start, so we got a ton of stuff that's going to come out this week. I'm working on this massive schedule right now. We're going to stay busy. So those of you guys that really, really want to become fine ukulele players, and you can stand listening to my voice, which I know sounds like Kermit the Frog, and stand looking at this face, which I know looks like a train wreck. If you can stand those two things, I promise you by the end of this summer, you're going to be a far better ukulele player than when you started. And so just stay involved, log in, make sure you're doing stuff. And like I say, I got a different way of doing this thing that works way better than what most of you are encountering out there. And so there we go. That's it. All right. Hey, fellas. Oh, Leslie said, oh, no. She probably got unlogged out again. We've been having a struggle this week. So first thing I want to do, I want to just go down the list today. The first thing we're going to talk about is that key of F arpeggio. So let's grab that out. If those of you guys that are working off of electronic copies, it's called JFA03 F major is what it's called on your download. It gets lost. Key of F major is this let me see if I can get my foot pedal going. There we go. Let's see, anybody else lose Gary, or is it just me? Oh dear, that's not a good sign. I don't have a sign here that I am having trouble connecting. Anybody else? Are you guys, am I disconnected? Somebody else tell me they're looking at me. That's all I'm hoping. Let's see. I don't have any. You guys hearing me, seeing me? I will wait just a minute to make sure I'm not talking to myself. There's a huge delay. I see you. You're fine. You're okay. All right. I guess Leslie, more technical difficulties. I apologize. Okay, so we're gonna. You had a split second circle looking at you. All right, so I'm in. All right, I'm on. If I'm in Carol's house, which is in Puerto Rico, which is across the ocean, then we're gonna assume I'm fine. Thank you, guys. All right, key of F major. One of the things that we'll talk about this summer, and one of the things you know, is when you are in the key of F, right? We like that chord. That's a lovely chord. When you're in the key of F, you can be assured, you can be dead on certain that B flat, which you can play it with a partial bar or a full bar. I prefer you playing it with a full bar, is coming along for the ride. The other thing you should know about B flat is we're going to use this one a whole lot and you're going to hate it a whole lot. Then after you spend about 5 minutes with me, we're also going to use the B flat that's here on 5 with the F shape in front of it. That's a B flat, and A shape on 1 is also a B flat. We're going to be using all that all of the time. So just know F as a key fits really nicely onto the ukulele. I use it all of the time. The biggest challenge is every time I use an F, I'm working in the key of F, B flat is coming along for the ride. That's why you can't hate B flat, and it's also why you can't try to find some way to not play B flat. B flat is a super important chord on this instrument, and we're going to use it all of the time. So don't let yourself get into this notion that there's a way around it. We're just going to learn to play it, and as you know, you're going to end up playing it crummy sometimes. Next chord that in this piece is a D minor, and again, we talk about this quite often. F chord, just add your ring finger and you have D minor. It's really, really lovely. I want to just zip through here and make sure I haven't forgotten anything. The other D minor comes up quite a bit. So you've got this D minor, that's the open one. There's also a D minor here on 5 with your ring finger up on 7. Okay, let me get my finger out of the way there. Okay, so that's up on 7. You just like that is what it's going to look like. And in this piece that we're going to play, you're going to be taking your middle finger up and down on that second string when we get there. Okay. Let's see. Going on to page 2, notice at measure 32, you have a repeat that takes you all the way back to the beginning. So just be ready for that. Everything else in this piece is relatively straightforward. Do notice that you are playing everything with a claw in this entire piece, except for measure 24, measure 28, and measure 31. Those have strums in them. Everything else is plucking. We've talked about it a lot. This shape here is probably more important to get comfy with than just strumming with this or strumming with this. Every other course you go through, they're going to spend a lot of time talking to you about strumming. I could probably get away with never strumming the ukulele ever again. But if you are going to strum on this one, on those few places, you're going to use your thumb down, okay, to get that nice big round glissando. All right. F bar. Carol is asking, where do I get a bar chord for F? And there's one right here. It's on 5 with your pinky on 8. That's an F chord. Comes up quite a bit. We'll be using it a lot. So that's where your F chord is there. Not uninterestingly, that F chord and that B flat chord are hanging out on the 5th fret, okay? And so they go together as a team, and so you're going to see those quite often there. And of course, then if you go up to 7 with that same shape, now you have a C chord sitting right there, and that's what that goes together there. The squiggly notation, Brandon asked, is absolutely, that's what we want you to do. When you see that little glissando, the little squiggly notation, we want to hear a nice, big, beautiful rolling down strum like that, okay, which is different than just hitting it, right, which is what we tend to do when in new member ukulele. Like, oh, we made a sound, right? But in this case, I want to hit you a little slower and a little more thoughtful type of sound. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, let's play it. See what happens. Okay, it says 140. That's pretty sprightly, right? We want to play it really fast. We're going to play it quite a bit slower. We'll play it about 100 or so. Okay, remember, almost the entire piece is played with 4 fingers. Almost. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! That's it. Okay. It's a pretty tune. I think there's lots of interesting things in that. And to be perfectly honest, back in the day when I wrote this, this was probably at the end of my abilities in terms of a player and to be able to knock something like this out. And the truth is, many years later, having played this hundreds of times, I think that there is lots and lots to be said for this piece. If you can survive this piece, you're probably pretty well set for any kind of tough axe type music that's going to be coming your way. And so don't neglect these arpeggios. They really do teach you some really valuable skills. I do think I accidentally hit a home run on that book, and I think go to the ukulele tab. Sorry, go to the teacher tab at jollyrogerukulele.com and download that book and download all those sound files. You could do yourself a huge favor just by spending 5 minutes every day playing through one of those. All right, let's go on to Love Me Tender. That's our next tune in today's super fun activities. Love Me Tender is written in the key of F for this ukulele activity. And I got to find the L's. If I knew how to alphabetize, I would be in really much better shape than I am. And so what we're really looking to do with the F chord is know that B flat comes along with it. Get over the fact that sometimes when you play B flat, it goes, right? It sounds terrible. Just let it be terrible for now. I promise this muscle's going to build up. You're going to be super strong down the road, and you won't have a problem with it down the road. In the meantime, you're going to have some trouble with it, and it just is what it is. And just say to yourself, you know what? I'm still a good person. I can't make a good B flat, but I can try to make a B flat. And that's what makes you a better person, right? Trying, not succeeding. Well, succeeding doesn't hurt, but let's see. Used to struggle with this one. Yeah, Laurel is a poster child, right? It used to be a real big trouble for her, getting easier and easier and easier. I don't know. I think she means she's doing pretty well at this point. So hopefully she is. Now, Love Me Tender is one of those songs that you should know. It's just, it's Elvis, which makes it awesome. It's not super crazy difficult to play. 3, it makes your ukulele sound pretty good. And there's one fancy moment, one that you got to learn how to do, and then everything else is actually fairly playable, and you'll end up with a nice piece. As you know, if you are at a strum session, they're going to play it as "Love me tender, love me true, never let me go." Okay, that's how they're going to do it. They're also probably going to do it in the key of C because they don't want to do it in the key of F because they know that daggone B flat is going to be coming down there at the bottom of the page. So they put it in C to avoid that. And so it's just one of these things where you're like, yeah, well, that's kind of disappointing. You hang around with me, B flat will no longer be your major issue, right? It's just going to be one of the many major issues that you have. Let's go into the part that's going to cause you the problem. Okay, so let's run down to measure 9. When you get to measure 9, it's fascinating. Look at what the melody does. Love me tender, love me true. It's the same note. A, 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 A. Those of you who are female altos, you know that is your life, right? A, 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 E. That's what you do when you're an alto, and you're just like, gosh, I wish my voice was a tiny bit higher so I could be a soprano and get all of the good stuff. But when you're an alto, you end up playing a lot of notes like that. And what's fascinating here is the main melody becomes very flat, while the chords actually get fairly complicated and fairly complex. And so what we want to do here is just talk about these chords very quickly. So at measure 9, you've got this nice F chord, right? There's that. Then you're going to go to an A7 chord, index finger up, middle finger goes away. Okay, now we go back to a D minor, put your F chord on, and then add your ring finger to get the D minor. And then you're going to take your ring finger and just slide it up 1 fret to get F7. Okay, and then at measure 11, you go to your B flat. Again, B flat straight up here. Okay. All my dreams fulfilled. That's all you're doing. Okay, and I got this horrible itchy ear today. I didn't take my allergy pill, and I was like, no, I'm fine. So now my ears are on fire. allergies. Who'd have thunk? You know, let's start at the top. We're going to sing it. Okay. And as you know, me singing is never a good idea, but we're going to do it just to make sure you know what you're doing. And be ready for that complicated chord positioning there. I'll slow it down just a tiny bit in measure 9 just to give you a better chance of getting it right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. 2, 3, 4. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. 2, 3, 4. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. 2, 3, 4. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. 2, 3, 4. And here's that fancy F chord at the end on 5 with your pinky on 8. Okay, it's not on the paper. You just have to know it because you've been hanging around with Gary, right? All right, so that's how the song goes. Made Elvis a buck or two, and it's nice. Let's play the melody very quickly. Notice it's all 1s, 2s, and 3s. Okay, that's why I put this in my intro to ukulele class because it's awesome. Okay, from the beginning, that nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, oh, 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, oh, 2, oh, 1. Rest, rest, go. Oh, 1, oh, 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, oh, 2, oh, 1. Get ready, go. Oh, 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 3, 1, 3, oh, 2, 3, go. Oh, oh, 1, oh, 3, 2, 3. 1, oh, 2, oh, 1. Let it ring out. Beautiful. Okay. Bruce. Bruce is in North Platte. He's gone from Arizona, which is awesome, to Lincoln, Nebraska, which is less awesome, to North Platte, Nebraska, which is not a place that you find yourself on accident. All right. All right. So that's it. Now let's run through the tough acts. Let me talk very quickly again about measures 9, 10, and 11. Okay. So when you get to 9 in the tough uke, you've got your F chord on. And you're going to do your A7. And you're going to do your D minor. Your finger's going to slide up 1 to get the F7. Okay. When you get to measure 11, this is where everything goes to heck. Index, middle, ring. Okay. That's part of your B flat, right? This is your regular B flat. This is the B flat you're probably going to do. This one, you got to leave that first string open. I don't know how to show that to you. First string is open. Okay. Okay. So it's 3, 2, 1, 0. Add your pinky on 3 on the second string. Take it back off. Put it back on. And then put an F chord on. So that's the hard part. That's the part that's going to mess your life up. When you get to the B flat, put kind of a B flat on, 1, 2, 3, and then be ready to have your pinky jump on at that spot right there when it's time. Okay, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the end, if you want to put that fancy ending on the end, from a tough uke line, it's 7 7 7 10 with the 10 on that first string. Okay, so 7 7 7. I'm sorry, 5 5 5 8. 5 5 5 8 is what it is. Okay, I just gave you a G chord, not an F chord. So it's 5 5 5 8. 5 5 5 8. Someday when I repost this, I will add that on. It sounds pretty that way. Okay, so I wish I had more time. We're just kind of got a lot of songs to get through today. That's a song that's absolutely worth your time, no matter whether you're a new player, intermediate player, advanced player. You can take that piece and really turn it into something beautiful. Also, notice I did the whole thing just with my thumb, which is what I usually do because I think it makes the ukulele sound beautiful. But it is set up for those of you who are thinking finger style to do your claw position and then add in all of these extra eighth notes, turn every quarter note into an eighth note, and then fill between the two, and just fill with some part and other note out of the chord. The whole entire piece could be set up to just be like, wow, that is really a fine piece of music. So don't those of you guys that have been around a while, you know what you're doing, and give yourself an opportunity to give yourself a designer piece that will make everybody go, wow. All right. Now, on to Moon Week. By the way, I could not possibly be more proud of my little logo picture thingy-mabopper that I put up there with, it says Moon Songs, and there's a pirate ship and a moon. I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. I got that one right today. Let's go look at Blue Moon. That's a new arrangement for all of you guys. Some of the songs we played this week will have been songs we played a few weeks back as a part of, well, I think we played some of them as part of the jazz week. And so we've got a couple of new ones and then plus a couple old favorites, right, that we'll bring in. So let's talk about Blue Moon. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with this. I think overall, not terribly brutal to play. Hopefully you found that. I would say this is another one of those songs where you cannot play it slowly enough. Blue moon, 2, 3, 4, 1. You saw me standing alone. Okay. When I publish sheet music and it says quarter note equals 120 up there, please know that that's not a rule. That's not something I'm suggesting you do. Okay. That's what I'm using to tell the computer, play it at this pace so that people can get a good sense of what's happening in the song. On my introductory material, sometimes I'll put it really, really slow to give everybody a chance to play. On some of this more advanced material where you're really listening to the MP3 to make sure you know how the song goes, you probably want that song to clip by at a little bit faster pace so you don't spend all afternoon listening to the song. So just know that 120 is not necessarily what I would suggest you play this at. It's just a way for you, the MP3 on the computer, to so you can listen to it a little bit more reasonable speed. Let's see. Oh, Barbara made it in from New Mexico. Very exciting. And Cat's in from Texarkana, so we are in good shape. We got the whole country here. Okay, now's the time that we should take a vote. All right, let's see. I don't know what we'll vote for. We'll vote for getting rid of the coronavirus, I guess, or we can vote for just having a great day. Let's do that. We're not getting rid of that bug anytime soon. Let's go with Blue Moon. I don't think I need to sing it. You guys have a pretty good sense of what's going on there. We got Oregon. Louise, I forgot Louise is in from Oregon. Let's just play through the melody real quick. Double check that everything makes sense. Okay, so pinky on 5. Well, you got a 7 on that first line, so maybe a ring finger on 5 give you a chance to get to that 7 pretty easily. Patty goes, sing. Come on, we need something to laugh about. Okay, I will try to sing. I'll sing the numbers. How about that? Okay. By the way, if you're a teacher of ukulele and you're thinking, I might use some of this stuff in my class, when I teach melody, I don't sing Blue Moon and expect them to go 5 5. Okay, I sing the numbers. You sing the numbers. That way, there's no cognitive dissonance in your students of where they're supposed to be. If I sing Blue Moon, you saw me standing alone, I want to be using chords when I do that because I think that that activity is a real one. It's a legit musical one where you are putting the lyrics with the chords, trying to get your strumming and your rhythm steady. That's a legit way to approach something like that. But when it comes to playing melody, that's not a legit way. Our mind is focused in on those numbers and how long to hold them. And so that's when we want to just sing those numbers. And I have found over the years very, very good success with singing the numbers rather than the lyrics. Okay, so let's do it for a while. I haven't sang the lyrics. I haven't even sang this song at all. So let's find out what I do. Okay, I'd say start with your ring finger on 5 because you've got that 7 hanging out up there waiting to ruin your life. Okay, I'm going to count in 3 and then we'll start. 1, 2, 3. 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 5, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, 2, 3, 2, 2. Oh, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. Oh, 2, 3, 3. Oh, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2. Sorry, I blew it. Keep going. Oh, 2, 3, 2, 2. Oh, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. Oh, 2, 3, 3. Oh, 3, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2. Rest. 3, 3, 3. Oh, 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 2, 2, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. Oh, 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 2, 2, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh, oh, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. Oh, oh, 5, 2, 3. 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 5, 7, 5, 5, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, 2, 3, 2, 2. Oh, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. Oh, 2, 3, 3. Oh, 3. And then it goes on for a while. Then we're going to do a straight repeat, pretty straight. We're going to go at the end of 32. We're going to jump all the way back to measure 1. We're going to play through the whole thing a second time. And then when you get to the bottom, play through 30, skip 31 and 32, and then we're going to play 32, 33, 34, and 35. By the way, 35, remember in the last song we had it on bar on 5, pinky on 8. Okay, this one's got bar on 7, pinky on 10. Okay, so that's a G chord right there. And then the ending here, it was a little bit of a different ending than the rest of the song. So just know when you get to 33, you've got a G chord. I put in a fancy C chord. That's your B flat shape up on 3. In fact, we just did that in the G or the F arpeggio. Okay, then you're going to 5, ring, middle finger on 6. And then up to 7. And so that's how you'll wrap up the ending. It'll be kind of cute. We got 2. I forgot. We got a couple of Oregonians in here. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to let any more congregate in the same place. Because you let too many people from Oregon in the same place, pretty soon wearing a tie-dye shirt makes sense. And so you got to be careful about that. All right. Let's see. All right. Blue Moon. Let's do the tough uke, and then we're not going to have time. So let's just knock it out, okay? From the top, we're going to start with that G chord with your pinky out here, okay? And then that E minor is going to come in pretty quickly after that. So just be ready for it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 5. Take a deep breath. Back up 2 pages. Shake it out. It's going to be your moment. This is our second time through. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Do the best you can from the top. If tough uke is not going well for you, play ukulele melody line. If ukulele melody line isn't going well for you, play the chords. If the chords aren't going well for you, hum and enjoy the tune as best you can, right? From the top, go. Second ending. All right. That's a good arrangement. That's a good arrangement. That's a good song. It's a good arrangement. Um, let's work on that one. That one's something we want to kill on Friday, right? That's beautiful. That's really a nice thing there. I would say probably of the songs that I've given you, right? Some are like, ow, and some are like, why are we doing this, right? That one's good, right in the center there, where it's not too painful, and it sounds nice. And probably if you're a singer, those chords are going to work out real well for you as well. It doesn't go super high up on the neck, which is really nice and kind of rare when ukulele because we run out of notes all the time, and so we have to go way up the neck. Makes it harder to sing it that way. And so I do think you got a winner on your hands there. And so there you go. By the way, speaking of winners, if you haven't become a member of the website yet, jollyrogerukulele.com, I have a Disney section that's growing in there, and I have a couple other tunes in there that I don't have out on the regular pages. So if you're thinking about, what could I do to say, Gary, you're awesome? Think about becoming a member. You get some extra songs in there. Eventually, I'm going to be adding in little videos and all that crap up on stuff, all that important stuff, onto those pages inside the member section. So I do want those of you guys that are members to get something kind of, just for you, just a little bit special. And so a lot of the modern music is going to get stuck there. I have two other Moon songs that I will probably, that are more modern. One I'm for sure going to do, and one I might do. And those will end up on that member page eventually when I get them done. And so just be aware, if you're a member, that I'm going to just keep feeding you feed you little baby birds right? With the extra arrangements, and you guys know I kind of have a my thing is beautiful melodies, not necessarily having to be played super fast, and so that's the thing that I like. And if you want to play them fast, some of these songs sound cool. Remember that old version in the 50s, Blue Moon, chunk, 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 da, 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 da. And you can do it that way if you want. I just don't know why you want. All right, there's the sales pitch for the website. All right, Fly Me to the Moon. Let's get going on this one. This one is a piece that we used. I think we used it as our new member piece back in the day. I don't know, a year or two ago for the orchestra, and it's super fun. It's really actually sounds pretty close to Frank Sinatra. There's a couple weird things in here that are a little bit tough to do, but let's run through it. We got about 15 minutes to knock this piece out. Let's talk the chords themselves are not particularly challenging. My pinky is getting a good one. 5 2 2 5. So you probably have figured this out, guys. Those of you who've been around quite a little while. This is your secret weapon. Unfortunately, okay, when we are playing this kind of music and we are all over the fretboard and we are doing crazy chords that you never thought you'd have to do in super weird shapes, the problem is that so often the melody is going to end up having to lie onto your pinky. When you first start, your pinky does not have the ability to do this stuff. It just doesn't. I know right down through here, I talk all the time about this muscle because this is the one that makes your bar chords happen. But really, this whole contraption here you're gonna need to get this one up and running too. So if you are newer and you're tending to you're trying to use your ring finger to slide over to get pinky stuff, it's just not going to work out long term. You do want when the pinky is supposed to be used to use your pinky to know that it's going to be a little while before it's really strong and flexible enough to do everything it needs to do. Just be patient with yourself. It does come along. If you've got wonky arthritis like I'm getting, you're going to notice that, boy, your pinky finger is really last on the list of things that you want to be doing. But I do think is my arthritis is starting to become more and more of an issue, that it's actually this pinky finger is doing much better than this one, which I don't use for anything, right? And so of the two, I'm actually doing some good for this guy. The other thing about just in general, when you are playing, I find that my pinky, when I've been playing too long, will start to do really wonky things. Like it will not straighten out. It will not curl up properly. And that should be a huge warning to you. If your fingers are not cooperating when they normally would, that means you've been playing too long and you're starting to inflame some of your connecting tissues inside of this, and that's the time you put the ukulele down. Okay, that's the minute that your fingers are doing weird stuff. You're like, what the heck? A couple weeks ago, I was playing way too much between all of the broadcasts, and I noticed that my pinky was not doing at all what it needed to do. So I took 2 full days off, and now it's happier again. But a word of super serious concern. Years ago, when I was in commercial real estate development, I typed all day long, type, and then I was also taking piano lessons at night, and I was at a pretty high level. And so every night, a couple hours at home, piano, and I started to get these weird burning sensations in the back of my hands. And my piano teacher fired me. She said, "Nope, you're done for 6 months. Don't you dare touch the piano for 6 months," because what was happening was I was getting tendonitis, and you've got to get that inflammation down. You got to let your hands rest. And so if you find your pinky finger or truthfully any of your fingers doing anything really stupid before it gets out of control and before you start having all sorts of nerve damage and this sort of stuff, just put it down for a little while. We love this thing. It will be there for you. It will wait. Okay. Waited for you till you got to this age to pick it up. You might as well give yourself a chance to let your muscles and your connecting tissues and all of this stuff just get used to this new crazy idea, and just be really mindful that, yeah, it does hurt your pinky finger to do this guy, right? You'll get it. There'll be a day when it's no longer an issue and there'll be something else that's an issue. But if you're doing it a lot and really fighting, and all of a sudden you find out this finger's going wonk, doing just something stupid, it's a great time to let your hands have a little bit of a break. Okay. Let's see what else I purchased 10 or so weeks ago. Yeah. So Fran's like, yep, Gary told me to get a tenor. I got a tenor, and now I can't reach the darn frets anymore. So you'll get there, Fran. All right, that's my health topic of the day. Let's play "Fly Me to the Moon." We're on a little tight on time. Let's play the melody once through. Okay, just the melody part. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 0, 3, 1. 3, 0, 3, 2. 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4. 0, 3, 1, 0, 2. 0, 1, 0, 4. 1, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3. 1, 2, 0, 0. 1, 2, 1. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 0, 3, 1, 0, 0, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4. 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 4, 1, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3. 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1. 3, 2, 3. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1. 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then you're going to go back to the top. Okay. When you come into 32, notice, guys, very important, you got your yellow highlighter on your piece of paper. Your piece of yellow highlighter at measure 27. You see how you've entered section number 1, repeat number 1? It happens all the way back at 27. And so the chances of you blowing that are pretty high, right? So what you want to do, you're playing along at 24, 25, 26. You see that big old hunk of yellow highlighter sitting at the front of measure 27. Then your brain's going to go, oh, I'm supposed to think. Oh, yeah, I got to go, please be. And then on the second ending, you're going to drop down to measure 33. Okay, so again, I put a little piece of highlighter there at the beginning of measure 33 so that my eyeballs go from 27 down to 33. Okay, I do want to point out that this ending here is a whole lot more interesting than the beginning of this song in terms of your chances of complete failure. Okay, so at 33, instead of the at 27, the melody, I even messed it up, goes to please be true. That's the first section. On the second section, it's going to go up. So instead of going to this low G, you're going to go to an high E. Okay, so start at 26 and let's play the melody of 26, then jump to 33 and play to the end. Okay, so from 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 7, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2. Okay. And the other thing I did in this arrangement, even if you're playing the ukulele line, just the straight melody line, I give you some kind of cool jazz chords at the end of this. So at 37, you get a regular C chord. Then you get this G7 chord, but don't move your ring finger. That's a cool jazz chord. Okay, it's a G7 suspended something. And then 0002, which is your C major 7, which sounds awesome. That's from My Spaghetti Monster. Okay, so all of those chords are super. They're meant to sound cool and weird like that, and I think it's going to make you sound like a legit player. Okay, so that's even if you're playing straight melody. Go ahead and learn those 3 chords there at the end to get that. Also notice, and we're going to talk tough uke here for just a second. At the second ending, measure 33, I have chords stacked on top of each other. Okay, The lower chords are the ones you use if you're singing and strumming. Okay, so if you come in other words, please be true. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. In other words, I love you. Okay, so that's how you'd end that. It's using the lower chords if you're singing and strumming. If you're not singing and strumming and you're doing the tough uke, you're gonna need the advice that's up there on those upper chords. So when you get to measure 33, you're gonna have a bar chord on 7. Then you're gonna do an A7, which is this crazy shape. It feels crazy the first few times you do it. On 5, okay, and then you're gonna do that D minor on 5. Okay, so those chords are sitting up there so that you can be successful at the tough uke down below. By the way, it doesn't go without. I should mention. Let me get it back for you. Let's see if I can show this to you. Do you see that arrow there? That every time I see that, it means I have screwed this up over and over and over again. And when I opened this up and I saw that arrow, I'm like, oh God. Okay, so that says draw your attention. This is how you have to do it. If I wrote it out on the tough uke and then added the chord and then added an arrow, you should know that is a serious thing that I need to do there. Okay. Let me see what else I can tell you. Jupiter. Oh, I know what I meant. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to run through the tough uke. There's a couple moments that just are kind of a bummer. You'll have to practice, but I think that the arrangement's good. So we've done this, but we did this earlier in the year, us guys, and then I did, like I say, a year or two ago, we did this at the orchestra, and it came out real pretty. It's a nice song. So let's just play it as written. It's 1:58. It'll take us 3 or 4 minutes to play the whole song, but let's do it. Let's do that repeat and get comfy with that repeat at measure 27. Well, 32, 27 to 32. Okay. From the top, don't go fast. Take your time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. To the top. the second ending. That's it. Louise is right. That C major seventh at the end is rock solid. Whew, 4 songs, all good, right? All good ones this week. If you haven't subscribed, it's probably a smart idea to do. That way, you don't necessarily have to go through the Jolly Roger Ukulele website to find the live link here. And then if you thumbs up it, apparently apparently the owners of YouTube come by and offer me champagne. So if you give me a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. What else is going on? Have a wonderful day. Stay out. Here in Colorado, they decided we can go to restaurants again, which is not true. The virus is still out there and it'll still kill you. So don't be doing stupid stuff. Stay home. Play the ukulele. So write me emails. Leslie, don't write me anymore, or not Leslie. So who was it? Louise? Yeah, Louis. No, nah, I don't know. Send me. Yeah, no, it was Leslie. Send me emails. It's fine. And hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys have beautiful weather wherever you are. We're doing just fine where I am. And you guys have a great day. Play lots of ukulele. It's the right instrument for these times. And share it with other people. Let them know what we got going on coming up here at the website and here at, on these lessons and all this stuff. Let's see how many people around the earth we can get involved in this and turn ukulele into its fourth wave of awesomeness. So let's see. Let me say adios to everybody. Lynn, have a wonderful day. Critter, bravo. Way too much. Yeah, it's awesome, right? Lindy says it went surprisingly okay. That means that way it would have gone well for you, Lindy. You're a rock star. Jerry, have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. Bruce, get out of Denver or get out of Nebraska. Come in. You're coming in here, right? Somewhere. I think I get to see you in a week. This next week. Leslie, great stuff. Leslie, congrats on logging in today. That was a major. Patty and Tom, have a wonderful day. Renee. You're the treat, Renee. Thanks for being here, Vicky. Have a good day, Phyllis. Be good. Pauline, lovely. Fly me to the moon. That'll be in your head all the rest of the day. By the way, Red. Let's form a band. I know, Red. Shouldn't we form a band? That's a great idea. Barbara, be good. Terry, have a wonderful day. Let's see. Wendy, Carol. Hope the weather's good out there. Hope you have an easy year this year. You guys had a rough one last year. Lanny, be good. Brandon, thanks for being here. Cindy, how's that ukulele working out? Well, I'm gonna connect the stream. You gotta send me an email. I want to hear. You need to make a video or a recording of that new ukulele, Cindy. Friend, have a wonderful day out there in beautiful California. Jim, good to see you again. Kat, I'll have one. We'll wrap it up with Kat. Have a great day, you guys. I'm going to hit end the stream. Be good, stay safe, and I will see you mañana.